Okay, it's Tuesday, so we better get the weekend league finished in today's episode. How you doing, everyone? It's me, Lasty here. Welcome to a brand new episode of the RTG here on FC 26 Ultimate Team. Squad changes at the end of yesterday's episode. Obviously bring in Arda Güler and my new purple Evo'd Marcus Rashford, which make the team look pretty cool, not going to lie. I like it. I really do. So we are 4-1 for those of you that maybe missed yesterday's episode. 10 games to go, of course. If you enjoy, do me a little favour. Hit me with a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel as well if you're new. Let me know the exact record you got in the weekend league down below in the comments and the best player you managed to pack. I'm curious. So let's get into it, shall we? I start by you can Evo goalkeepers now. I find that weird, seeing as we've not been able to do it for 2 years. But I went out and bought Ipswich's goalie, Alex Palmer. And before I put him into that 10,000 coin paid Evo, which is going to bring him all the way up to like an 81 rated. Love that, by the way. I'm going to put him into the reflex deflector, whatever it is. He gets a playstyle that he wouldn't have otherwise gotten, and it's quite a good one. It's the one where they sort of like deflect stuff, I guess, with their reflexes. I'm just going by the name of it, to be honest. But yeah, we'll get him done like at some point. The main focus of today's episode is purely these final 10 games of champs and the rewards that come with that. Now, 4-1 is normally where I take a loss. And it's normally because I've played my first 5 games, I've taken a break, and then we go back into the game kind of rusty again, even the next day or whatever. That's exactly what this was right here. So it's good to get it out of the way early. You don't have to worry about it too much. When I'm 4-1 down at the start of the second half, yes, you can always come back from a 4-1 on this game especially, but you just kind of know the games that are going to get worse and the games that you actually have a shot in, I think, anyway. So I quit. I moved on. No worries. We're 4-2. Next opponent has Kvaratskhelia and Ousmane Dembele, but we can go 1-0 up with Nico Williams. Love that. 1-0 to the boys. And then Arda Güler with some fantastic left-stick dribbling. Knocks it into Marcus Rashford, who can hit home to put me 2-0 up. I was hoping, because that was so early on, that this guy might quit at 2-0. But no, he in fact scores a little goal there of Ousmane Dembele. I wish at some point I could try out his card. That'd be really nice. But he's way out of my budget for now, being a 90 rated card this year. However, we go 3-1 up. We actually end up going 4-1 up, 35 minutes on the clock with 3 goals in the lead. Surely we can't bottle this one, right? Well, you've heard me say that before. I don't think that's going to happen in this game. I'm pretty sure yeah, even though I concede a couple more or whatever, I outscore my opponent. We're going to win this one, which is good news. So we can be a little win on the board for this little session, of which normally I play my games in like 3 batches of 5, or I try to anyway, but this was going to be a 1 batch of 10. This was Sunday evening. Wanted to get this done so that I could not have to worry about it on a Monday afternoon, and we could then focus on other things like getting our rivals points, or that silver lounge thingy, which I've yet to actually go into. I've heard very sweaty things about. How is it? How is the silver lounge if you've played it? I'm so curious to know if it's like super sweaty or whatever. But yeah, I definitely outscored my opponent in this one. I think he stopped playing towards the end. He kept trying to hit me with that trickster rainbow flick volley, and it nearly worked for him. But then when it worked for me with Musiala, that's when he stopped playing. And it felt great, not gonna lie. So yeah, we're up to 5 wins, 5-2. Next opponent has a pretty sort of, I don't know, a fairly weak squad, really. He had Florian Wirtz and stuff, but like the squad in general was not what you expect to come up against at this stage in the game. And it was Vitinha that was finding the most amount of time and space in and around the box to get goals. And he ends up actually getting a hat-trick in 23 minutes, which not bad from the centre mid spot. Even now, like he's getting contributions despite not being in that cam role anymore. Really like his card. Vitinha, what a pack that was. Yeah, and he's like 40 odd K now. It's so affordable. So if you've got PSG players and you're looking to get a very decent one in midfield, I can definitely highly rate Vitinha. But then we come up against a squad similarly sweaty to me with the Claudia Pina, etc. But we can go 2-0 up. Arda Güler knocking it in to Claudia. She can score 2-0 after 11 minutes. Hoped I was going to get a rage quit. Instead, I got a kickoff goal from his Claudia. Oh well, no worries. We'll have to just outscore this opponent. And again, look at that. That agility, balance, the turning on a sixpence. Like, she's absolutely ludicrous. And I think all 5 goals that have been in this match so far, she has scored. And hey, why not make it all 6 goals in this game she has scored for both me and my opponent? Kind of wild, but finally we score with somebody else. Marcus Rashford ends up scoring. Pina gets the assist though, of course. Matuidi knocks it into Pina. She scores again. 5-2 becomes 5-3. Are we going to really let this game get kind of close? We kind of are, aren't we? Yeah, Arda Güler ends up sticking one in at my near post. Luckily, we can hold out though. It was fairly difficult to do so, but being so many goals in the lead, if I'd have bottled that one, I'd have felt really bad. Yeah, close game. My opponent actually edged me on the XG, so fair enough. But we're up to 7 victories. All right, 7 wins already, and only 2 losses, I think. Nice. This looks like a solid squad, though. I see that Sophia Wilson, and I definitely just get worried. I know that she's really, really solid on this game. But it was regular Cody Gakpo that was the one that was scoring against me. My opponent had this thing where he would just pass, and then it would get out to that left mid. And I had no defenders left to try and block it with. So that was smart from them. But I actually have a 2-goal lead here, 3-1 up, thinking that this was going to be, 8-2 after 10 games. I thought, oh my God, I'm going to be in dreamland here. But no, he gets it back to 3-2. Rashford's through and scores at the near post. Just waited for that little bit of goalkeeper movement there. Nice composure from the boy. However, Sophia Wilson in and around the box is just like super deadly. Really, really great dribbling. She's probably as good as Pina in that situation, maybe even better, probably better at finishing, but Pina's got the low driven, hasn't she? So that makes her insane. But yeah, unfortunately, this match went from me being 3-1 up to like losing heavily. Whatever happened in my opponent's attack, it finally clicked for them, and my defense wasn't working, obviously. Well, not against this guy anyway. And they were composed enough to score 8 goals against me. Nice. Well done, Tom. Only the 8 goals conceded that match, mate. It feels weird scoring 4 and not winning, but that is FC 26 for you. I could have scored 7 in that game and I still wouldn't have won. Anyway, on to the next one. My opponent has Park Ji-sung, has Isak, and that Kudus card from the Week 1 Gauntlet. And Isak is the one to put them into the lead. 1-0 after a few minutes. Arda Güler knocks into Claudia Pina though, and just before half-time we are able to get our equaliser in at the near post there. And then a few minutes into the second half, I'd actually brought off... had I brought off Arda Güler? I think maybe I had. I put on Musiala. He was the one that scored that goal to put me 2-1 up. But my opponent equalised. No big deal. We'll just run up the other end and score with Pina. Lovely stuff. Back in the lead we go. 77 minutes on the clock. I shouldn't have been in control of the defender. We knew that was going to be problematic. So this game goes to extra time. And, well, just witness the Queen at work. She's just doing her thing, isn't she? Like, goalkeepers don't stand a chance against that ridiculous low-driven shot, do they? And that ended up getting me a little rage quit in extra time to put me up to 8 wins, I believe it is. So we're now 8-3, I believe. Hey, even if I lost all the rest of the games there, I would have finished with a positive record for the weekend league, and I'd have been pretty happy with it. And of course, at 8-3, I've now played 11 games, so I've played 6 games in this little session, which means I'm starting to get a little bit like heads gone whenever I concede a goal, which is worrying times. It's not a great idea to play past that point where you're getting all stressed out and stuff, because you start playing so dumb. But yeah, I managed to go 1-0 up. He then gifts me another goal there, basically. I'm surprised it went in. The defender and the goalkeeper sort of kind of getting close to it, but not really. And then Pina ends up putting me 3-0 up on 17 minutes. Can I get a quit from that? Yes, I can. And that takes me up to what is so far my FC 26 best of 9 wins. but I'm currently 9-3. 2 games remain. I'm 9-4 currently. 9-4 becomes 9-5, unfortunately. So we go into the final game. Can I get that rank 1 for 10 wins? Or am I going to get the same as I always get, which is the 9? And my opponent had Xavi. He had Gyökeres, Totti, a very, very nice squad. And this was going to be a bit of a doozy, I think. I definitely struggled at the start to deal with Victor Gyökeres. Yeah, just a strong player that makes smart, intelligent, like decent runs. But Claudio Pina was like, I don't care who you are, Virgil van Dijk, you're not as agile as me, so therefore I'm going to score against you. And I actually managed to equalise. Got the finesse shot from outside the box with her. And then we can go into the lead at the start of the second half. Excellent. What a turnaround. Totti into the back of the net. That's 3-all. And then a few minutes later, Totti can hit the back of the net, and that's 4-3 to my opponent. However, Arda Güler, great turn, and shot on the weak foot there to make it 4-all. Who's going to come out on top in this one? Like, genuinely, like, what's going on here? Wanyeri knocks it into Totti, smart little sweaty pass across to Victor Gyökeres, and unfortunately for me, it just carried on going downhill. Yeah, I was kind of mentally done at this point. Couple of goals down, not long to go. We pretty much checked out, and at that point I'm like, well, I probably shouldn't quit, but actually it's the last game of the weekend league. It don't really matter. I'm gonna quit anyway. It saves me that extra 5 minutes in game. It doesn't really affect my next match because there is no next match. So we get 9-6 again. But the good news about this one this week is that we've got every player in the squad untradeable apart from Claudia. So we haven't lost loads of coins on our players this week, so we can benefit from the weekend league now. We unlocked the worm celebration. Am I going to apply that? No. I've got the griddy, mate, and I feel like the griddy is necessary. Although I don't know, I haven't seen that worm celebration. It might be elite. It might be like super toxic. Might need to apply that for specific opponents. I'll have a look at it though. We get Gwyn and Mateta in one of the packs. We had some random objectives completed as well, so it's not just the weekend league rewards, it's the stuff after that we unlocked as well. That looks to me like a Madueke. It is 80 rated Madueke from this one player pack now. Can we now move on to the weekend league rewards? We can. 81 plus team of the week. Oh, we don't see the walkout, and instantly as soon as I saw right back, I said to myself, posh, because I'd seen a couple of people pack this guy, and it was Posh, the Austrian from Como in Serie A. So yeah, we get him. I think that's tradable though. I stuck it into the club, and then my promo player is a walkout. We get centre back from Iceland, from Bayern Women, and I'm like, well, that's probably not going to be super usable, is it? I looked at the stats and thought, actually, she looks pretty good. But I don't know how tall Vigosdottir is. I actually remember that name because she had a TOTS or a special card or something last year, and I packed her enough that I kept trying to remember the name. We do get a walkout from our 83 times 10 untradeable, but it is one that we've recently seen. Single walkout here is just going to be Çalhanoğlu. All right, it's an 86. You don't always get that from an 83 times 10, so no worries there. And the only thing left is my tradable 85 times 2. So far, the rewards have been very average, I would say. We do get a walkout, and I see Cam, German, Premier League from Liverpool. Hello, Florian Wirtz. In my head, as soon as I saw German Cam, I was like, oh, Musiala, nice. We're going to make a few K here. But no, Florian Wirtz is the one that walks out, and that's going to be 120. I think I sell him for like 127,000 coins. Dub. Big dub. Makes the weekend league worth it. The other one was Galaxy in the pack, so he's not going to be worth anything. But that doesn't matter. We've made our money there. Easily worth the stress for getting 127,000 coins for a Florian Wirtz. You absolutely love to see that. GG's. So yeah, that is the weekend league done. Apart, if we didn't get that card, it would have been very, very mid rewards, I would say. But we did. So yeah, we cannot complain whatsoever. I'm definitely not going to beat the allegations of the red list, am I? It doesn't exist, all right? I promise you, it doesn't. Anyway, That'll probably spark a couple of comments down below. But if you have enjoyed today's episode and the Weekend League run, do me a favor, hit me with a thumbs up. Thank you very much. Subscribe if you're new to my channel. Follow me on all my socials. The links are down below. It's Tuesday, Ipswich Town. I've got a game tonight. We're home to Charlton. So hopefully we can get 3 points. I'll check in with you tomorrow and let you know how that's gone. Take it easy, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you next time. Peace.